Welcome back to Sonic 4. We're in White Park, probably one of my favorite zones in this series. Actually, it's my favorite zone in the series.
I mean, at least they try to do something visually striking for once.
And I need to reiterate, when I say in this series, I'm talking about the Sonic 4 series. Not the series as a whole. Not Dimps as a whole.
Nope.
Not Sonic as a whole.
Are you saying this looks better than Sonic Advance 2?
Yes. I mean, visually it does. Look at it.
Yeah, it's 3D. 3D is just automatically better than 2D.
Oh, no, this is just pretty. Also, I'm not big on Advance 2's art style, honestly.
Well, I
like the characters, because it's the fucking adventure Yukawa art style in motion. You know, it's really cool. But I'm not big on the. It's just a lot of it's just like super geometric shapes. It's kind of like a less grounded. It's kind of like a less grounded CD. You can't use that for every game. The only game that's a vibe is Unleashed. Fuck you.
No, that'd be Dark Souls.
No, the only Sonic game. God damn it.
No, Sonic 1's a vibe.
I fucked up. Sonic 1, I will not say is a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Sonic 1 is a fun game. Would I play this over Sonic 1?
A fun game has nothing to do with a vibe or not. You can just sit there, man, and soak in the atmosphere. It's great. You just stay in Green Hill forever. Or Marble Zone or Labyrinth.
I've never done this.
Oh, I'm sorry, you just
So, I'm inclined to disagree with you. Because it's Sonic 1.
Better than this game.
Sonic 1, well, I don't know.
If you get a comment that agrees with you, I'm quitting the channel.
Good. I will only upload the Sonic 4 commentary over and over for the rest of time, if that happens. Sonic 4, best game ever made, baby!
Every single future commentary will be some commentary of us just redoing our commentary.
You know what Sega should do? They should open up commissions for Sonic games. And I would just have them make Sonic 4 Episode 3.
Oh my goodness.
Instead of paying them to make my dream Sonic game, I would tell them to make Episode 3.
No, you just tell them to pay you to do it.
Yeah, then I would be motivated to actually work on a game dev project. And it'd be great. Damn it.
You suck.
It's because I'm trying to speedrun these like a maniac. I mean, I didn't need the rings, but...
You wanted them.
I did. I did want them. How many fucking zones are we doing in this part?
You edited
We might be
it.
doing 3 zones. Actually, I don't think we're doing 3 zones. That'd be crazy.
I don't know, but this game makes me sleepy, I'll tell you that.
You're just tired already.
I am tired.
You cannot handle the recording after work challenge.
No. I've been up since 4:30. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, well. Don't be a bitch about it.
I am a bitch.
Guys, it's that one level that has the Sonic Adventure Twinkle Park melody in it.
Does it?
Yeah. Listen, right here. Right here, you fucking idiot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shows you how long it's been since I played this and probably heard this music. It was probably before I played Sonic Adventure. Because I certainly played this in episode 2 before Adventure. How does that make you feel?
I mean, I don't fucking care. I already know your experience with this franchise is fucking all over the place, so... That's just what I expect at this point.
Sonic in the secret rings before Adventure.
I played Heroes first, then Shadow, then Sonic Riders, then Sonic Rivals, and Sonic Rivals was the first game I ever beat in the series. And Sonic Rivals 2. Then I got a DS, and I had Rush. Oh no, I got a Game Boy, and I did the Advanced series. But then I got Mega Collection, and I had the classics, and that was like the peak combo to get at the same time. Sonic Advance, and then
I had to learn about the classics through Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis, and then get to play 2 until I was like 12, and I rented, I got Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection from my library for 2 days, and it was great.
Yeah, I did have Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection, which is a hilarious title for an Xbox 360 collection of Sega Genesis games. I don't know why. And it just has that fucking Sonic 3 Sonic art, like American box art Sonic, just on the box.
It's not that great of a collection. The emulation's really bad, but
yeah,
it got you what you needed. I played a lot of games on there.
It made Sonic 3 really scary, because in Angel Island Zone, when the fucking the jet flies by and is bombing everything, the sound effect on that version is like fucked up beyond comprehension.
The music also constantly skips out every time you pick up a bunch of rings.
Yep. And it only has every other ring sound effect. Because the original Genesis games used the stereo audio, so it would do one ring in left, one ring in right. But then the emulator version on Ultimate Genesis Collection didn't pick that up.
I got to the final zone in both Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, but I never beat either, and I never collected a single Chaos Emerald. I found like 2 special rings my entire playthrough, and I immediately died.
It was actually a monumental occasion when I finally beat Sonic 3 with all the Chaos Emeralds for the first time. Because that was back when we weren't allowed to have game consoles in our bedroom. So I was just sitting in my living room playing it. And my family just happened to be there that day while watching me. And they saw me pop off when I beat Big Arm as Super Sonic. And I was so happy. And on like a carnival night, they were like, "Oh God, this looks horrible. I could not play this because of the colors."
Oh.
Yeah, it was funny. It's such a core memory. My core memory with this game is that this was my first midnight launch Sonic game.
Hey, look, fish interactions before Sonic Colors.
Realistic fish AI. That's what I'm saying.
Sonic
it's better
Colors
than Call of Duty
sucks.
Ghost. It's better than Call of Duty Ghost.
I did not play all of Call of Duty Ghost. I played like a couple levels of the campaign.
All I know is that they were like, that game, they for some reason were like, look at our realistic fish AI.
That sounds about right, because this was after Black Ops 2 and it was in Modern Warfare 3, and it's like, well, where do you go? You don't. You fail.
I wanted to water run really bad.
I could tell. Just play Adabat.
That level was fun. But Sonic Unleashed, would I play that over Sonic 4? I don't know. Every game, every other Sonic game, I'm just gonna be like, I don't know, Sonic 4 might be better.
I do
Just
have
to
at
piss
least one
people
game I
off.
would play this over.
At least one game?
Yeah.
What would that be? Genesis?
Colors Ultimate.
You haven't even beaten that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the Switch version crashed 5 times in a row.
That version also made you think Colors is a horrible game for some reason.
Yeah.
So...
Dude, I'm terrified to go back and actually play Colors. Because I just don't know, man.
There is, I would recommend just doing Dolphin Emulator and installing the patch that fixes the, like, 60 FPS bugs and shit.
I mean, I could just play it on the Wii.
Yeah, that works too. The Wii version is how I play it these days, so... I love me some Sonic Colors. Listen, I'm so biased towards this era of Sonic the Hedgehog because this was like me as a like 10, 11-year-old getting these games, 12-year-old getting these games like for Christmas and stuff the year they come out and playing them with my brother. So
see, that's
like,
what's weird is I'm biased to the era just right before this.
See, it's because it was around the time like Colors and stuff started coming out, like Sonic 4 and whatever, that I actually started being able to beat video games. Like, I was a real shitty gamer kid, honestly. I didn't beat anything as a kid, ever.
I beat lots of games after hitting my head on the wall for hours, but I beat them.
Mm-hmm.
I somehow beat all of Borderlands 1 without using any skills, any of the level ups. And anyone who plays Borderlands, that's actually insane.
It's really like, it's the same reason why I don't play. Like to this day, I don't play like JRPGs and stuff. Is as a kid, if I got stuck, I would just give up on a game and play something else. You know, and then with JRPGs, it'd be like, oh, I spam through all the dialogue of everything, so I'm just gonna give up because I don't know what to do.
I mean, I knew about the internet, so that wasn't really much of an issue. I just never had access to JRPGs. Like, the best access I had was Phantasy Star on Ultimate Genesis Collection, but like, those were too old for me. And not as easy to get into as something like Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird to think about how different my life would have been if I got like Final Fantasy 13 or even 7 and one of its re-releases.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I just never had any kind of JRPG. And now I'm obsessed with them, but I barely ever finish them.
Any RPG I had as a kid, I played for like an hour and then stopped because I was like, I definitely, like, I made fun of you for this at one point, but I definitely have the oopy goopy gamer brain, and I'm just like, if I'm not having like high octane fun constantly, then I'm not enjoying myself. And that's why I'm a Sonic fan. Because these games are, like the 3D games especially, made for people to just be able to beat because Sonic Team puts all these automated sequences everywhere that look really cool.
Back on track for the game, I do love this Metal Sonic theme a lot.
Yeah, everyone does. It's really good. Honestly, I wish they would bring this back instead of just using Stardust Speedway for his theme all the time. Because, yeah, Stardust Speedway, Bad Future, good song, but...
The English version's better.
I am like 50-50 on that, because I love the Japanese version, but something hits with that American version. It is really good.
Yeah, it's why I can never fully write off the American soundtrack, like a lot of people attempt to do. It's like...
Oh yeah,
I get it, but like I get it because like yeah, that sucks that you don't have access to it. But when you're in an era where you have access to both, I feel like you can lighten up on it and just have fun with it. You know?
Yeah.
It's why I love how wacky the Dragon Ball English dub is. when we did our commentaries on it, because like I have a good translation, so I can have fun with both.
Yeah, you want to talk about a vibe? The CD American soundtrack is definitely a vibe.
Title Tempest.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It is a trip.
I fucking hate this. It's so stupid. It is a pattern, but I can never remember where he first slams down, so I just always get hit by it.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter anyways, because you can just end the level. That attack, the powered up Metal Sonic in this is one of the strongest beings in all of Sonic history, because it can knock back Super Sonic. It can't hurt him, but it can knock him back.
So can the final boss of Advance.
Yeah.
That's a really cool fight, by the way. I love the final boss of Sonic Advance. It's so cool.
I love all the Advance final bosses.
I'll let you know my opinions when I get to them.
I can't wait till we get to those. Why did we start with Sonic 4?
Because you really wanted to play this. This is all you. Why are you asking me?
I'm joking. I hate you.
Good.
But I love Sonic 4.
And we'll watch some Star Wars later.
Starting from this commentary, Sonic 4 will be my co-host.
All right. Peace. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep now. You have fun with Sonic 4.
Real talk, though, this is just a dumb little thing for me. Of all the modern era whirly feet running animations, up until Superstars, I would say, the Sonic 4 Episode 2 one, probably my favorite. Better than Generations Classic, better than Forces Classic. I think it looks really cool.
I'm gonna out myself here. I don't like the whirly feet.
You fuck?
Advance 2 has the best running animation.
I mean, it's good, but two things can be true at once.
Yeah.
And also,
the two things are the Sonic Advance 2 animation is great, and I feel kind of meh about the whirly feet. Those are the two items.
On our recent Sonic Unleashed stream, I went on this tirade about stuff in Sonic that nobody remembers or cares about because, oh, it's a Japanese thing from the first Sonic game. Who cares? The entire gameplay design philosophy of the classic Sonic physics is based around a wheel. Sonic is a wheel, and his feet work like a wheel, like a wheel would.
Okay.
That's why he can run backwards, and it still makes sense.
Okay, cool. But you see, I don't vibe with it.
Well, then
I'm making a tiny nitpick, okay?
I'm not. You can dislike the whirly feet all you want. Whatever. I'm just saying I thought it was cool.
Good for you, but you see, I have a YouTube channel, so my voice must be heard.
You see, Sonic is a cartoon character.
You see, Sonic is a free spirit. What?
No, I think you're thinking of Sapient Spirit, but that's an inside joke.
Whatever justifies him and Princess Elise.
You know what justifies him and Elise? Because I have changed my thoughts on this. He is a sentient being.
Look, I will say
he can consent.
I will give my 2 cents on it. I do not care if it's partial bestiality. I just don't care. I think the relationship is cute and fine in the context of the game. I don't care to think about it more than that.
Well, it's also like nobody ever thought about that until Sonic did it, because we like to make fun of Sonic. Because you have shit like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where, you know, he has a human fucking girlfriend in that.
Howard the Duck.
Was it Howard the Duck? Who am I thinking of?
Howard the Duck has that. Yeah. Has
What
duck.
about,
Has that duck sex.
What's that woodpecker? I forget his name.
Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah, Woody Woodpecker. I don't know why I forgot that. Yeah, he's got a girlfriend, a human girlfriend. And originally, Sonic the Hedgehog, very inspired by these kinds of cartoons, was going to have a human girlfriend too. So, I think the only reason Sonic and Elise is a meme is because Sonic in the early 2000s, people like to shit on it.
I don't think it would have been a thing if that game wasn't so bad. But that's just the reality.
Dude, starting with Sonic Heroes, it was just the thing to shit on Sonic. And then it was just, like, by the time 06 came out, it had built up. And that game ended up being bad, so it was like the perfect storm to just completely fuck everything.
Every day I'm glad, every day I live, I give thanks to the fact I was not on the internet as a kid. And when I was, all I watched were Shadow 759 videos. So I didn't get the negative side.
Uh-huh. I mean, that was me too. The only time I started, like, feeling the negatives of Sonic was when I started watching Brain Scratch. Because then it was people talking about the franchise and, like, its reception in, like, video form. And that's when I first realized, wait, people don't like Sonic 06?
The Crisis City! That tornado's carrying a car! It's so cool!
Dude, I loved 06. I still like 06 well enough. It's a broken, funny game.
Every Sonic fan who grew up with the franchise, that's our age, like Sonic 06. Let's just admit it.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just true. Like, that game, like, it was the perfect game for me as a kid. It's like this huge platformer with tons of levels and characters to play as. Like, that kept me entertained for hours. Like, I just ran around the hub worlds and shit. It was great. And I showed my my cousin it, because him and I were both big into the adventure games, and we would, like, call each other on the phone to raise our chow together and stuff. It was a good time. But, like, I got 06, and I was like, oh my god, this is just like Sonic Adventure. I gotta show my cousin. Dude, I miss being a kid. I miss being a kid so much. I want to say we glossed past it too, but I have all 7 Chaos Emeralds now.
I noticed.
I didn't use Supersonic, or did I? No, I didn't. Not
did
yet.
not.
I'll use it this act, probably. I always use it on Oil Desert Act 3. Because just like Episode 1, the third zone's third act is the worst stage in the game. But, you know, it's actually, in Episode 2, for me, it's a toss-up between this and White Park Act 3.
Oh, wait, I think all Act 3, or the Act 3 of Splash Hill was good.
No, I said the third zone's third act.
Oh.
So Labyrinth Zone, Act 3.
I don't remember the Act 3.
It's the one with the water things that you have to rotate left or right to get Sonic out of, but there's the one
to
that
be
has
fair,
spikes in
that
it.
is better than the forced pinball.
It is. You're right. The mobile version of Sonic 4 Episode 1 is an interesting little fella.
Yeah, but it had the minecart level, which is the best.
No. Also, there he is. Supersonic. Yay. This game looks so much better than Superstars. Holy crap.
Don't know if I'd wholly agree with that. But I don't think this
From
game
a
looks
visual standpoint, I think this game looks so much better. I mean, it's not even like that much of a contest because we know most of the budget for this game went into the graphics. This feels like a premium Xbox Live Arcade game, alright? But Superstars feels like a cheap-ass Xbox Live Arcade game in terms of the graphics. I must preface in terms of the graphics, at least in my opinion. I think the characters in Superstars are really well animated, at the very least, most of the time. It's the first time we've had a classic or a Sonic game in general where they implement like the cartoony-ish animations of the classics, where you have like the whirly feet being all like super cartoony and like swirly and whatever, and you have like very exaggerated Mickey Mouse-esque expressions and stuff. It's really good. I like how the characters look in that game. But in this, they just kind of look like... I'm pretty sure this is just the Unleashed model for Sonic, but they made his head bigger.
Hint your theme.
I'm just doing this to get the rings, by the way.
I was going to ask if you needed it, but yeah, you need them for Supersonic.
Yeah, I want to show off that they... This was the dumbest thing to me as a kid. Like, during interviews and stuff, Ken Balo was like, oh, you know, there was a lot of stuff in Episode 1 that we didn't even think people would care if it was in Sonic 4. Like Tails and being able to go supersonic in the boss fights. So we're happy to say that we implemented both of those features into this game. And the way they implement supersonic in boss fights is they just have a little bit of level before the boss that has 50 rings. Exactly. Instead of what they do in the classics where the boss is just at the end of an act. So whether or not you have 50 rings is...
Well, you see, one of these requires way more effort than the other.
Yeah. They wanted to have their boss acts be separate. But they also wanted people to be able to go supersonic in the bosses. Which, supersonic in these bosses is the most useless thing ever, because look at all this time where we're not fucking doing anything.
This boss is actually the first boss of Nier Automata, and that's really funny.
Trash.
Nier Automata and Sonic keep getting linked. No, a giant robot made of industrial equipment and factories.
This is a giant robot made of, like... Well, I thought it was supposed to be made of trash.
I mean,
but now that I'm actually
he's
looking
got
at
stairs
it,
on there. Like, it's actually the boss from Nier Automata.
I'm now looking at it because I never actually looked at the design of it because I was always just focused on Sonic, trying to make sure he doesn't get crushed by these blocks. And yeah, it's not a trash robot. Why did I think it was a trash robot? I mean, I thought...
Well, because it's a trash game, so you know it comes with the territory.
No, the fucking animation of Eggman summoning this robot is him magnetizing a bunch of trash to himself and then going deeper into the trash pile. So I always just assumed it was a trash robot. Now this makes no sense. Sonic 4 worst game ever made? Question mark.
Wolf, no supersonic for you.
Nope, no supersonic. It sucks. Supersonic does do double damage to bosses, which is kind of cool.
So why aren't we using it?
Because if I activated it, I would have wasted all of my rings and I would not be supersonic by now. Look at how long this boss has been going.
But you could have been done 2 times faster.
No, not really, because you hit him once. And then you still have to wait the entire amount of him climbing and everything and slamming the walls. It's only really useful on the final boss. And even then, like, it's really difficult to use right for the final boss. And it's an achievement to beat all the bosses as Supersonic. And it's so hard to get the win as Supersonic for the final boss, because if you activate Supersonic, it's obviously spending rings. So what you want to do is try not to get hit for as long as you can in this boss. Play the fight normally, and then just activate Supersonic for the last hit.
Yeah.
Because in the final boss, he wastes your time by like making Sonic and Tails float in midair and like rotating the path around you like a whole bunch. Like, whoa, look at our 3D graphics, wow. And that just wastes time. And if you happen to be Supersonic while you're in there, your rings are still draining. So, and if you deactivate Supersonic by using one of the tag actions, which is something you can do in this game, and you happen to be less than 50 rings, well, guess what? You lost your fucking chance to beat the boss as Supersonic. So
it's strategy.
Yeah, it's strategy. Yeah, what I normally do is I like activate Supersonic for like the split second before I hit the boss, hit him, and then immediately use a tag action to get out of it. So that I'm still getting like the double damage and stuff, but you know, not wasting as much rings.
Mm-hmm.